When nothing is happening. Sorry. जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रजन रञ्जना रमण श्रीरावणचारी जय राम राम कुंज विहारी जय राम कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ यशोदनन्दन भजन रञ्जना रमणधीरावनचारी हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। कृष्ण की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Text 31. So today is the auspicious day of Diwali, and today is the day on which Mother Yashoda born Krishna, and today is the auspicious day of Lord Ramachandra returning back to Ayodhya. So considering all this, we will discuss the pastimes and the lessons and the intakes that we can take from these pastimes. Okay. So we'll decide the words 1, 8, 31. Okay. गोप्यादते त्वयि गोप्यादते त्वयि कृतागसिधामतावत् गोप्यादते त्वयि कृतागसिधामतावत् गोप्यादते त्वयि कृतागसिधामतावत् गोप्यादते त्वयि कृतागसिधामतावत् एते एते दशास्तु किलाञ्जन सम्भ्रमाक्षम् एते दशाश्रु कलिलाञ्जन सम्भ्रमाक्षम् व्यक्त्रं नैव भय व्यक्त्रं निन्या भय भवान्तस्तिस्या वक्त्रं निनीय भय भवा व्यक्तं निनीय भय भवा नायस्त्रिष्य वक्त्रं निनीय भय भवानायस्त्रिष्य समां विमोहति वीरपि युद्भवेति समां विमोहयति वीरभियद्भवेति समां विमोहयति वीरभियद्भवेति समां विमोहयति वीरभियद्भवेति समां विमोहयति वीरभियद्भवेति. Just go to translation purport so that you can say sometime. My dear Krishna, Yashoda took the rope to bind you when you committed an offense, and your perturbed eyes overflowed with tears, which washed the mascara from your eyes. And you were afraid, though fear personified is afraid of you. This sight is bewildering to me. Purport is very lengthy, so we'll read it and discuss again. Here is another explanation of bewilderment created by the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is the Supreme Supreme in all circumstances, as already explained. Here is a specific example of Lord's being the Supreme and at the same time a plaything in the presence of his pure devotee. Lord's pure devotee rendered service unto the Lord out of unalloyed love only, and while discharging such devotional service, the pure devotee forgets the position of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord also accepts the loving service of his devotees more relationally when the service is rendered spontaneously out of pure affection without anything of reverential admiration. Generally, the Lord is worshipped by the devotees in reverential attitude, but the Lord is meticulously pleased when the devotee, out of pure affection of the love, consider the Lord to be less important than himself. Consider Lord be less important than himself. The Lord's pastimes in the original abode of Golokundana are exchanged in that spirit. The friends of Krishna consider him one of them. They do not consider him to be reverential importance. The parents of Lord, who are all pure devotees, consider him only a child. Consider him a child only. The Lord accepts the chastisement of the parents more cheerfully than the prayers of Vedic hymns. Similarly, he accepts the approachments of his fiancée more palatably than the Vedic hymns. When Lord Krishna was present in this material world to manifest his eternal pastimes of transcendental realm of Golok Vrindavana as an attraction for these people in general, he displayed a unique picture of subordination before his foster mother Yashoda. Lord, in his naturally childish, playful activities, used to spill the stock butter of Mother Yashoda by breaking the pots and distributing the contents to his friends and playmates, including the celebrated monkeys of Vrindavan, who took advantage of Lord's munificence. munificence. Mother Yashoda saw this, and out of her pure love, she wanted to make a show of punishment for her transcendental child. She took a rope and threatened the Lord that she would tie him up, as generally done in an ordinary household. Seeing the rope in the hands of Mother Yashoda, the Lord bowed down his head and began to weep just like a child. And the tears rolled down from his cheeks, washed off the black ointment smeared about his beautiful eyes. This picture of Lord is adored by Kunti Devi because she is conscious of Lord's supreme position. He is feared often by fear personified. Yet he is afraid of his mother, who wanted to punish him just in an ordinary manner. Kunti was conscious of the exalted position of the Lord Krishna, whereas Yashoda was not. Therefore, Yashoda's position was more exalted than Kunti's. Mother Yashoda got the Lord as her child, and Lord made her forget altogether that her child was the Lord Himself. If Mother Yashoda had been conscious of the exalted position of the Lord, she would be certainly having hesitated to punish the Lord. But she was made to forget this situation because Lord wanted to make the complete gesture of childishness before the affectionate Yashoda. This exchange of love between mother and the son was performed in a natural way, and Kunti, remembering the scene, was bewildered, and she could do nothing but praise the transcendental maternal love. Indirectly, Mother Yashoda is praised here, praised for her unique position of love, for she should control even all-powerful Lord as her beloved child. ॐ ज्ञानातिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरों दिनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for joining. Sorry, forgot to share this screen. Okay. So here in this, it is a very beautiful words. And this entire verse is describing about the wonderful pastime of Damodar Lila. So basically, Lord has two inner like now Lord's Maya has uh, two types is of two types. One is Yoga Maya, another is Mahamaya. All the devotees are under Yoga Maya, and all the non-devotees are under Mahamaya. So that's why Krishna says, Daivim Prakriti Masita means like when somebody who is exalted in devotion service, they are under the protection of my Daivim, my Yoga Maya, who is none other than uh, like you can say Subhadra Devi or Durga Devi. Subhadra Devi is Yoga Maya, and her Vrindavan Purnamasi. So so Yoga Maya will arrange all the pastimes uh, which will please Krishna and the devotees more and more. So in by the influence of Yoga Maya, devotees will forget that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that's how they deal with Krishna like in an ordinary way, like a friend or a child or a lover, or like that. But with respect to Mahamaya, Mahamaya also does the same thing. She makes the people to forget the exalted position of Krishna because they are envious of Krishna. So that they don't come to Krishna. They don't create unnecessary disturbance to Krishna in his pastimes. So that's why Mahamaya has two potencies, Avarnatmika Shakti and Prakshepatmika Shakti. Avarnatmika means she will cover up the knowledge portion of the soul, that is Avarnatmika. Prakshepatmika means she will throw a devotee away from the association of a non-devotee from the association of exalted devotees. So that's how the Lord's Maya works. But with respect to Yoga Maya, she actually does things in such a way that they intensify the pastimes of Krishna. So if you see the pastimes, like uh, where Yashoda Mata totally forgetful of Krishna's exalted position. Even gopis also, even though like if you see the gopis glorifying Krishna, gopis the shlokas gopis glorifying Krishna, they know the exact position of Krishna. But when it comes to dealing with Krishna, they totally forget that Krishna is the supreme personality of God. But whenever there is some danger comes, they immediately take shelter of Krishna. So this everything that is arranged by Yoga Maya gives pleasure to Krishna. Because here we saw, right, Krishna relishes the chastisement of his mother and his girlfriends and boyfriends more than the Vedic hymns. The Krishna glorifying Krishna, you are that, you are this, like that. But here, the devotees of Krishna will chastise Krishna. That Krishna likes them more. So, but before we reach that level, we have to know that our real position. One time, when Mataji was giving birth to Krishna's Murti, Vigraha, and she slipped the Krishna's Murti. And what he said, "Oh Krishna, you're being so naughty, you're slipping away from my hand." And Prabhupada says, you should, somebody said to this about these things to Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, she should know how to hold Krishna without sleeping, but should not imitate the pastimes of, like she's not on that level. So it means that will come spontaneously. That it's not like only in one dealing we are like that. The Vrajavasis are totally fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, fully absorbed, always thoughtful of Krishna. They can't help but think and meditate and them get themselves absorbed in the pastimes of Krishna, or beauty of Krishna, or glorify Krishna, or remember Krishna. So we should not artificially imitate them. So and this wonderful pastime of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna is one of the rarest of the rare. Because even in the Rajilila also, even in Vrindavan also, when Krishna want to disappear, he disappear just like that. Because when sometimes even that also Krishna does to intensify the devotion of devotees. So one time what happened, all the gopis were searching for Krishna. And they found Krishna and they were nicely discussing with Krishna. And then suddenly and dancing started dancing with Krishna. And suddenly all the gopis developed some kind of like no false pride. Oh, Krishna is dancing only with me, like that. I am the great, like that. So suddenly Krishna disappeared. And when suddenly Krishna disappeared, they came to their senses. Oh, what am I thinking? What is going on in my mind? So until now, each gopi is competing with other gopi. Oh, Krishna is dancing with me nicely than other gopi. I am serving Krishna much better than this gopi. Like that, they just compare. But when their love for Krishna is on the extreme, and suddenly Krishna disappeared, they didn't have any shelter to take. They don't know how to handle the situation. So what they did, all the gopis came together and started glorifying the pastimes of Krishna. One gopi glorifying the pastimes and another gopis are hearing. So all that's how they were able to come together. So finally, all of them, like until now, they are all each gopi was separate. When all the gopis came together and in one way, with one heart, they prayed for Krishna. Krishna again appeared and reciprocated with them. So whatever Krishna does is to intensify the devotion towards devotion of his devotees. Here also, if you see, Krishna is Asamod God, means there is nobody equal to him or nobody above him. And if he desires, he would not have born by Mother Yashoda also. But he allowed himself to born by Mother Yashoda only to reciprocate with her devotion. Now we see that past time, right? Mother Yashoda was running, and Krishna was not Krishna was not, Krishna is not getting caught. So, but still she was extending herself. She was, like she was very determined that I how to catch Krishna somehow and teach him lesson. So finally, Krishna allowed himself to get caught. And when Mother Yashoda started binding, we know that 2 inches too short. So, and that past time also, she tried her best. Then Krishna allowed himself to get bound. So, our Acharya says that, right? The 2 inches is one is our endeavor, and second one is Krishna's mercy. If we have to endure to the fullest extent, then Krishna's mercy will automatically follow. So, for that to happen, we have to have service should be there. We may do intense service also, but proper service attitude also required. Means what is our attitude, what is our way of thinking, what is our way of dealing, how we treat other devotees, how we are we following national etiquettes properly or not. So even if sometimes everything seems to be perfect, results won't come. It means even all our endeavors are doing well, means that we don't have Krishna's mercy, means there is something lacking. Somewhere we committed some mistake. We have to be careful about that. So that's why one should give a false ego and totally act according to the directions of bona fide spiritual master. Okay, that way we are saved from this. Like we maintain the we have to always maintain this attitude. Gopi Bhartu Padakamaleva Dasa Dasanudasa means Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam Tatparatena Nirmala means we have to give up all the upadhis. I'm this, I'm that, I'm manager, I'm father, mother, I'm a rich man, I'm well educated, all this. There are different kinds of upadhis. This will increase only our false ego. One, we have to renounce all these upadhis and we have to focus. Now, Najanagapati, not Vaishnu, na Sudro. I am not a Grostha, I'm not a. I am only the insignificant servant of the Gopi Bharta means Krishna. So when we have that mood, then automatically there will be a very less chance that uh, we commit any offense or we lack this proper attitude. That will attract, they will have total humility. So all the gopis and gopas and all the Vrajavasis, they already went through all these phases of unearthing, and they are in the then they came to the level of prema, bhava and prema. Actually, they are in prema stage only. So the devotees who reach the prema stage will not again fall down. There is a nitya siddha stage. Means they are beyond the offenses. Means they already went through all this LKG, UKG and schooling everything. They entered into the highest degree of pure devotional service to Krishna. They can never commit any offense. That's all. Even if they commit offense, that is for the service of Krishna. If you see sometimes the pastimes of like some devotee, like now for example, this pastime of Radharani cursed by Subal, right? Uh, Subal. And like saying that you will be away from Krishna. And Radharani curses Subal also. Sridhama Subal. Sridhama Subal, I don't know. I'm not sure. That you will become a demon because you are taking the side of Krishna only but not caring for me. And so in that past time, you see the so exalted personalities. Like they are directly the experience of Krishna. They are directly dealing with Krishna, who is the supreme person. And this pastime happened in the spiritual world. And what is the result is due to that pastime, Tulsi Maharani descended. Due to that pastime, Radhakrishna descended. And due to this pastime, that entire story, entire Leela of Vrindavan and Dwaraka and Mahabharata happened, which is giving very, very good lessons for all of us. Means the sometimes seemingly devotees may appear like they are under the modes of nature, but they are totally under the control of Krishna. This is all enacted by Yoga Maya. And how can we say they are transcendental? Phalena Parichyate. What kind of results are happening? Because Parikshit Maharaj, see, caught a snake, a dead snake uh, in the in the neck of Swami Krishna. But what is the result? That is the descendant of Srimad Bhagavatam has descended. That's one small mistake. So the transcendental nature of the pastimes of Krishna and the gopis and they're all will be realized only when we see the results. But if we do that such kind of mistakes, like who are not very exalted, who are not on the stage of pure devotional service, they will degrade to more and more. They will degrade to passion, ignorance, all that this kind of activities. So we should be careful not to imitate them. At the same time, we should appreciate the glorious pastimes of Krishna. So it is a very auspicious day on which like uh, Lord Ramachandra, who went out of Ayodhya, came back also. So right from Treta Yuga. So when Lord Ram was sent, what is the main reason for Lord Ram's banishment is two desires of Mother Kaikeyi. What are the desires? To send away, to make my son Bharat the king, and to send away Lord Ram to the forest. So these are the two desires that every one of us also have. To take away Krishna from the center and keep myself in the center. No more. Ram should not become the prince or no or king. My son has to become means we are taking away Ram away and putting ourselves in the center. So whatever we do, we should always do as a service to Krishna, charity, the tapas, danas, like no any austerity, you know, any charity, any work that we do should be done as a service to Krishna with Krishna in the center. We are doing this for the sake of Krishna. So then we are saved. But if you want to think, oh, I want to enjoy the results by myself, I should be the center. Everything should be around me. No devotee should be glorified. Only I should be glorified. No one can be higher than me. No one is more. I should be the more powerful. That means we are actually asking the benedictions of Mother Kaikeyi. Put me in the center. I should be the center. And as soon as the first benediction comes, second benediction automatically follows. Then what about God? Send the God away. Send Lord Ram away from our life. So that one mistake, Kaikeyi was a very exalted personality also, because she loved Lord Ram more than Mother Kausalya. Hmm? She loved Lord Ram more than Mother Kausalya. But her mind was polluted on that. So even though we are doing everything nicely, sometimes we may come under the influence of this non-devotees. That will impact our life so much so that we will be taken away. Prakshyapadmika Shakti. Means Maya will throw away from the ashram of devotees. Either takes Lord away from us, Lord spiritual master or devotees away from us, or she throws us away from Krishna, away from devotees. So when Lord Ram left Ayodhya, every one of Ayodhya Vasis were totally broken hearted. They are living like dead bodies. No festivity, no nothing. Like all those 14 years, they spend their life just like some uh, inert objects. And when Bharat, after coming back, he came to know what has happened. He tried his best to make things right, but it is beyond his uh, jurisdiction to make the things right, because Dasharatha Maharaj, who can actually reverse the things, he already left the planet and went back to Godhead, went back to heavenly planets. Now, Bharat cannot reverse. Only Dasharatha Maharaj could have given that, okay, now Ram, just forget about what the benediction I have given. I would like to invite you back. But it was not the situation. So Bharat tried to correct back, but he was not able to do. So when Lord Ram, after 14 years, after killing Ravana and then winning back Sita, on the day of Dasara, he actually killed Ravana. So that's where Vijayadashami. And from Vijayadashami until Diwali, it was like around like 14, 15, 20 days. Yeah, as per Tithi. This time, Lord Ram, after killing Ravanasura, all the pastime of receiving Sita, and then Sita the Agni Pravesh, and then after that uh, they they wanted to start immediately to Ayodhya, because when Bharat actually what he said is, my dear brother, my dear king, if you don't come by 14th day, 14th year, I immediately and enter into fire and commit suicide. So Lord Ram called Hanuman and said, Hanuman, you go and tell Bharat that I am coming. And while telling, you observe him. Is he really happy or is he disappointed? Even if a slight uh, disappointment you see in his face, immediately come back and tell me. So this was a test. So when Lord Ram went to forest, Bharat took very, very severe oaths. No? He ate only the what do you call maize, some millets boiled in cow urine. Okay. And because Lord Ram is in the forest, he is sleeping on the ground. he actually he doesn't want to sleep on the ground. He actually dig a pit and he used to sleep in the pit because he doesn't want to sleep on the same level of his Lord, worshipful Lord. So he did very severe tapasya, unimaginable tapasya. You know. And when Lord Ram sent this message, said this message to Hanuman, go and convey this message to Bharat and observe him. So Hanuman came back, and then at that point of time, Bharat was eagerly waiting for Lord Ram's arrival. And Hanuman came and said, Lord Ram is coming. As soon as Bharat heard that, he was relieved and he was so happy and ecstatic. And Hanuman didn't mind to go back and convey this message to Lord Ram because Lord Ram said, if there is any displeasure in the face of Bharat, even slightest, you come back and tell me. Why did Lord Ram said that is everything is God's property. And when we offer to Krishna, when we give it back at the time of death, we everything we own, the family, the name, fame, property, uh, whatever we have, the body itself is Lord's property. And if somebody maintains sense of attachment, oh, I'm losing my such a wonderful body, I'm losing such a wonderful family, I'm doing such a wonderful position for which I worked throughout my life, then it means that I wanted to still enjoy. Immediately, that person will be promoted to next life. Means again the same 14 years of false enjoyment. So when the instructions of Guru or Krishna or spiritual master and even Lord comes in our life, Lord comes in everybody's life. How? In the form of death. Death is like a cat's mouth for a kitten, for a devotee. So, and death is like a cat's mouth to a mouse for a non-devotee. So, what is this analogy means? Death is like taking the devotee from one safe place to another safe place. Like how mother kitten, a mother cat take the kitten from one place to another place using its mouth. It is for a devotee. Death is like same cat's mouth, but the position is it is towards a mouse. When a cat catches a mouse, it catches to kill it, not to safeguard it. So for a non-devotee, it is like that. He is losing everything, whatever he has. So that is a death. So in our life also, when we have to offer anything to Krishna, when we have to serve Krishna, when we do in all our dealings, we have this mentality of total renunciation and detachment from material things and attachment to Krishna. So then we'll be saved from this material existence. Okay. And next, third reason of this pastime is Lord Krishna killing Bhaumasura. So that Lord Ram's pastime is like Lord Ram comes back on this day of Diwali, and all the Ayodhya they actually lit up entire streets of Ayodhya with wonderful diyas, the lamps, and the entire Ayodhya was fully bright and colorful. Until now, the Ayodhya Vasis of last 14 years, they don't have any celebrations. So in order to compensate that, they gave their full, they went into full celebration mode. And all auspicious things are, they decorate with all the auspicious things, and entire Ayodhya was well lit for Lord Ram's arrival. So that is because lamp represents light or knowledge, and darkness represents ignorance. Krishna says, Bhagavatam 10.9, Tesham evan kampart agnanajam, means like He says, I will dispel the darkness, the darkness in the heart of my devotee using the lamp of knowledge. So that is also one of the nice analogy with respect to Deepavali. When we understand the festival of Diwali in any of this perspective, Lord Mother Yashoda binding Krishna, or Lord Ram returning to Ayodhya, or Narakasura, Lord Krishna killing Bhaumasura or Narakasura. Narakasura actually kidnapped 16,100 princesses in his kingdom of, what do you call that? Pragjotishapur. So that position is like it's all that is surrounded by four side water and deadly crocodiles are there in that water. And that Pragjotishapura, the entire city was surrounded by very high walls. They are electrified, means they are anybody touches them, they immediately die. Because some powerful mantras are used to invoke that power to that walls. And great demons, it has only one or two entrances, and very powerful demons are guarding the gates. So basically, it is impossible for anybody, any mortal being, to get into that Pragjotishpura. And Bhaumasara was living in that place, and he used to capture all the wonderful looking princesses, and he used to you keep them there, 16,100 of them. And these princesses, they are all devotees. They used to pray to Krishna to protect them. And Krishna, along with Satyabhama, entered into Pragjotishpura by using Garuda. And then killed all the demons and killed Bhaumasura. And liberated all the 16,100 princesses. And after killing them, Krishna says, okay, now I killed this demon. You can all go back to your father's place. So sometimes some calamity comes into our lives. And we pray to Krishna, Krishna, please come and protect us. And Krishna will come and by Krishna's intervention, that calamity will be gone. And at the point of time, we have two choices. We'll come back to our, say, materialistic life and start enjoying, or see the glorious position of Krishna, see the transcendental kindness of Krishna, greatness of Krishna, and then get connected to Krishna and Krishna, being Krishna conscious throughout our life. So the princess, they didn't even try to go back to their father because they know that their father might, even if they accept also, the public talk, like the way in the case of Mother Sita happened, right? Like, oh, these ladies are away from home for so many days. No, I don't know what happened, how polluted they are, like that. That kind of thing will come. So they said, my dear Lord, you saved us, but our only option right now is to commit suicide. We don't have any other fortune. Then why you commit suicide? Because you see, we are under the protection of our father, but we are away from our home for so long. Nobody will accept our as a husband. Even if we go and stay in our father's house, our fathers will get ill reputation. Oh, this person brought his polluted daughter and keeping with him. So we may have to end our lives. So nobody will marry us. Then Krishna says, okay, don't worry, I will marry all of you. So he married 16,100 of them, all of them. And every princess, Krishna gives so much time that every princess has Krishna always with them. It's not like, oh, if Krishna is in one house, is not in another place. He expanded to 60,108 times, and then he was always with them. In our Telugu movie, they show, right? Queens are like, Krishna's queen sometimes fight. Oh, Krishna is spending too much time with this queen only, not coming here like that. That is all made up. According to Bhagavatam, Krishna was always with all the queens all the time. That's the position of God. That's the position of Krishna. which is impossible for any the mortal being. If any one of them wants to imitate Krishna, you have to say, okay, you expand. At least you satisfy one woman, not to what to satisfy of 16,108 women, wives. You satisfy just one wife, fulfill all our desires. That is also important. So means here we can see the glorious position of the princess getting married to Krishna. They have been through a lot of rough phases in their life. Now they are saved by Krishna. And killing of Narakasura, Bhaumasura is the occasion. That's one of the occasion for which this day is celebrated as Diwali. So Ram's returning and Krishna's merciful binding up by his devotee, and third one is killing of Narakasura. That's why it's called Naraka Chaturdas. Okay? So that's the background story of this pastimes related to this auspicious day. So that's what I can say. If you have anybody have any question or comments on this discussion, we can have it and discuss now. Anybody have anything to say?
Yeah, I like that very much that you mentioned that like Lord Ram is taking, so the thing is that to be very eager to accept Krishna's mercy is not always so easy because sometimes Krishna's mercy will come in a different way. So Krishna always says to me.
Yeah, that in the past time that will highlight the austerities of Bharat. How the austerity performed with Bharat came to rescue. See, if Bharat would have, oh Ram, anyhow, he said he'll come after 14 years, let me enjoy all the kingly facilities, then definitely you'll be attached to something, either position or comforts or or name, fame, all those illusory things. So austerity means voluntarily giving up all this, voluntarily giving up all these things. Like that's like Mahaprabhu says, right? Balana Kali, Varana, like I said, don't dress up very nicely, don't be too opulently, maintain a very simple life, austere life. This that will help us. That's why, like even on the festival days also, we fast, and then on the festival days we feast. Why? Because tendency to feasting is there, but only we have to feast when, like, for example, in the life of Bharat, he was happy and he was celebrating himself only when Ram comes back. Until that point of time, he was performing austerities. So these austerities, externally they may seem like they are causing so much of inconvenience to our life, but actually they are rescuing us from these false attachments. Then we'll come to know, okay, only when we are with Krishna, we'll be happy. Then we'll be able to make choices, even internally also. Because nobody can cheat Hanuman. You may see, you just by facial expressions, you know what's going on in my mind. Hanuman is Buddhimatam. He is very, very wise person. So that's what I can think of.
That means at every point you move your perfectly.
Yeah, consciousness is perfect. And it all belongs to Krishna. Whatever we have, we should always be ready to give up for the pleasure of Krishna. At any point of time, that situation may come. So if you see all the quarrels in the devotee community, because of these attachments. But sometimes that disagreements might arise, but that should be resolved in a very, very, very mature way. Anybody have any questions? Any comments? Hare Krishna online, anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam and Prabhuji ki jai.
Thank you very much, Bhagavad Acharya Prabhu. Happy Deepavali to everyone. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.